Simon & Schuster Audio presents The Black Joke, the true story of one ship's battle against the slave trade, by A. E. Rooks. Read by Leon Nixon. Author's Note. The most difficult voice to hear in the history of the transatlantic slave trade is that of the enslaved themselves. Often people are barely individuated. For all historical intents, just one more body caught up in the morass of profit motives and policy decisions whose personal history we'll never know. When Black Joke captured a slaver, the ship was sent to Freetown for trial. If condemned, the enslaved on board were formally freed, which is to say transferred to the jurisdiction of the British Crown as colonial subjects. The liberated African registers from Sierra Leone give us the names of these people, their ages, and a bit of physical description. Height, usually, but also sometimes scarring and ritualistic markings. Historians have been able to use these details to trace the tribal origins of some of them, to better illuminate the journey that brought them to Freetown. But when compared to the information that's available about the life of, say, the Commodore of the Squadron, it's not much at all. But it is something. And though many of their voices may not have survived in the historical record, in this way, their identities did. Though reproducing every relevant page of the register was not an option, after every chapter in which a slave ship was captured, the first pages of the liberated African register for that ship are included here. It feels like somehow both the most and really the least I could do, but it's what we have. Since even these records would not have been accessible to me during a pandemic without the work of archivists, historians, and librarians, I would like to especially thank Henry Lovejoy and the Liberated Africans Project, liberatedafricans.org, the National Archives, Q, Digital Microfilm Project, and the Sierra Leone Public Archives for the efforts toward education, digitization, and preservation that made the inclusion of these images possible. And while we're on the subject of institutions that made what you'll see possible, the rest of the pictures herein are available courtesy of the National Maritime Museum in Greenwich, London, with special thanks to Beatrice Okoro for patiently walking me through the process. An introduction. Beware, beware the bite of Benin. There's one comes out where 50 went in. Sea shanty. The fire made for a beautiful sunset. The screams of sailors and slavers were...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?